What if I told you that your most powerful moment is not when you win big? It is the moment you are about to break. That split second when it feels like your whole life is about to fall apart. That is when your real strength kicks in. I am going to show you a brain hack that elite athletes, billionaires, and special forces use to instantly turn fear and negative energy into unstoppable power. But understand this clearly. Once you hit this mental override, there is no turning back. You will either evolve into someone unbreakable, or you will lose touch with your humanity forever. There is no middle ground. This is not self-help. It is mental warfare, a reset. And if you are not ready, step away now, because after this moment, you will not just handle stress. You will dominate the hell out of it. Before we begin, get this clear. This is not an inspiration. It is mental warfare, divided into 3 phases. Part 1 will give you the energy mind hack, designed for one moment only, the exact second before your system cracks. Not when you have cooled off, not when you have recovered, but right at the edge, when most people fracture and a rare few take control. Part 2 will expose the hidden cost, because power does not come clean. You will gain an intensity, but you will start to lose your softness. You will not just stop breaking, you might stop feeling. And in Part 3, you will learn how to carry that power without being consumed by it, how to stay lethal without going numb, and how to lead without burning out everyone around you, including yourself. This is your last warning. You either stay until the end and change permanently, or you walk away now and carry the same emotional system that has been sabotaging you under pressure. Let's begin. Listen. You are here because ordinary is killing you. You have tried comfort. You have played it safe, a steady job, predictable weekends, polite goals, and it is draining the life out of you. Deep down, you know there is a hidden switch in your mind that can instantly flip fear into an unstoppable drive, hesitation into a ruthless action. Good news, that switch exists. But here is the catch. Most people do not even know it is there, and it only activates at the worst, most intense moments of your life. That split second when everything goes silent, when life and death are hanging in the balance, and you decide right now. Understand this clearly. Once you trigger this mental override, you cannot stay who you were. You are either evolving or you are disappearing behind your own eyes. This is not about mindset shifts or motivational pep talks. This is a neural override protocol engineered for high-pressure moments. The next time you face a breaking point, you will not buckle. You will become sharper, colder, and deadlier. But let me be brutally clear. Your identity will no longer be a sanctuary. It will become your weapon. Weapons do not feel, they execute. If you are not prepared to be feared by the person you are about to become, get out now. Because the next few minutes will teach you the precise mental mechanism that elite operatives and world-class performers rely on when everything is at stake. You are not here to feel good. You are here to become undeniable. But push too far, cross the line of an emotional no return, and the version of you that comes back might never laugh, never rest, never love again. You have demanded the truth, and here it is. You are standing on the razor's edge between being human and something dangerously more powerful. Use it right, and you will walk into any room and own it instantly. People will feel your energy before you even say a word, respect you without a question, and follow you without a hesitation. But make no mistake, if you fail to control this force, you will lose the parts of yourself that make life worth living. Real power demands a real price. Choose carefully. Listen, this is not a motivation. It is brain surgery. It is called cognitive reframing. But let me break it down clearly. Your brain does not respond to a reality. It responds to the story you are telling yourself about that reality. Rewrite that story, and your emotions, your thoughts, and even your heartbeat will follow suit. Here is the raw truth. Pain does not break you. Your interpretation of it does. That is rule number one of control. It always has been. Someone can say the cruelest thing imaginable, but if it is in a language you do not understand, it will not even scratch you. Why? Because the event does not hold the power. Your meaning of it does. You are the one who is giving it its weight. You are deciding whether it will destroy you or slide right off of you. Your mind works in exactly the same way. It does not respond to what is real. It responds to your narrative about what is real. Whoever owns that narrative will own your life, your power grid, everything. This is the heart of the energy brain hack. It is called cognitive reframing under fire. And it is lethal. Why is it lethal? Because it does not numb your pain. It weaponizes it. But listen closely, because a power without a humanity is empty. A strength without a spirit will leave you hollow. You are not here to become a robot. You are here to master being fully human, especially under pressure. Most people break because their default narrative says, "Why me? I can't handle this," or "This always happens." Sound familiar? These stories are not truths, they are poison. But when you rewrite that story, pain is not a punishment anymore. It is your greatest ally. It is not holding you back. It is guiding you forward. Here is exactly how elite performers take control when chaos hits. Pause and observe. When the pressure builds, stop right there. Feel it, taste it, welcome the fear. Why? Because clarity destroys chaos. Recode your interpretation. Tell yourself with an absolute certainty, "This is making me stronger." Your subconscious does not respond to a hesitation. It responds to a command. So claim your strength relentlessly and without an apology. Move with a decisive action. Do not just think, act. Action creates a momentum. Momentum creates an identity. Every step forward, especially under an intense pressure, will lock in who you are becoming. But remember this clearly. You control your energy, not the other way around. Elite operators live and breathe this truth because just one shift will change everything. It will send your nervous system a new message. We're not dying, we're upgrading. Here is the real-life truth behind this principle. A world-class combat athlete once told me the turning point was not in losing his fear. It was in redefining it. Not, "I'm nervous," but "I'm powering up." Same intensity, totally different outcome. One path leads to a panic, the other leads to a power. Now, it is your turn. Rewrite your hardest moment, and this time, own it completely. Your new story begins right now. Here is your passage, rewritten with depth, impactful emotional questioning, and dramatic emphasis clearly layered throughout. Imagine a Navy SEAL, captured behind enemy lines, chained and tortured relentlessly. But in his mind, something shifts. The pain is not breaking him anymore. Why? Because each surge of agony is not a punishment, it is a power. Every scar proves he is still breathing. Every brutal moment confirms one thing: they cannot destroy him. This is not a coping mechanism, this is a dominance. It is not about surviving, it is a psychological warfare, turning an agony into an armor and a weakness into a weapon. Now, step into your own darkest hour. That moment you replay again and again. Your personal hell. You are back there right now, but this time, you are different. This time, you do not ask why it is happening. You claim an ownership of it. Because this pain is not destroying you. It is remaking you. You can feel it. Let it fill you. This time, every ounce of your suffering is transformed into an unstoppable strength. Understand this clearly. This reframing is not a comfort. It is a raw confrontation. It does not make your life easier. It makes you impossible to break. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. Instead, reality becomes your training ground. Your thoughts will shape every challenge into a fuel. So from this moment forward, the change is immediate and it is permanent. Your story is no longer a tragedy. It is the birth of the strongest, most unbreakable version of you. Now, are you ready to own it? Technique number 2, visualizing a mastery. Most people think a victory happens in the moment of an execution, but they have missed the real secret. True mastery is not created on the field. It is locked into your mind long before you ever step onto it. Elite athletes, special operators, and top performers do not just rehearse physically, they dominate mentally thousands of times before the game ever begins. Their minds are not hopeful, they are certain. Why? Because they have lived that victory in their minds again and again until it has become inevitable. Now, it is your turn. Pick your battlefield. See the obstacle clearly. Feel the pressure, the noise, the expectations, the fear. But now, rewrite that story instantly. See yourself at your absolute best. Feel your strength. Hear the power in your voice. Sense the confidence that is radiating from your every movement. Your posture is commanding. Your energy is unstoppable. Your body is not guessing. It is obeying a clear, unstoppable command from your mind. This is not a visualization. This is a preemptive conquest. The battle is not won in the future. It is sealed right here, right now, inside of your head. Reality will simply catch up later. Technique number 3. Power is not always spoken. Sometimes, a dominance lives in a silence. Imagine a high-stakes negotiation. The tension peaks. A conflict flares up. Everyone expects you to react, but you do not. You hold your response in a silence. Purposeful. Every second you delay will magnify your strength. Silence becomes your territory. The unknown unnerves your opponent, breaks their rhythm, and shatters their assumptions. Your challenge: for the next 24 hours, practice an absolute silence under fire. When you are provoked, insulted, or interrupted, say nothing. Not as a weakness, but as a strategic choice, reclaiming your emotional power. Each second of a silence will build your control. Each pause will strengthen your resolve. In a silence, you will not surrender. You will dominate. Technique number 4. Let's be real. Affirmations are not just feel-good mantras. They are commands to your nervous system under an extreme pressure. Think about an elite fighter at the edge of a collapse. His muscles are screaming. His mind is begging him to quit, but he spits back one ruthless phrase, and he does not say it to feel good. He says it to survive. It is not a comfort. It is a sign of an absolute, unbreakable authority. And now, it is your turn. Create your own ruthless command right now. Short, intense, and undeniable. Something you can trigger exactly when your mind starts to cave in. Write it down, memorize it, tattoo it into your subconscious. Because the next time you are tempted to quit, feel disrespected, or an exhaustion tries to break you, you will instantly fire off this command. Make no mistake, this phrase is not here to soothe you. It is here to transform you. It is your new law of nature. Technique number 5. Impulses are a sabotage disguised as an instinct. Every emotional reaction you unleash will immediately weaken your strategic power. Picture someone lashing out in an anger, burning bridges in seconds. Another person quitting prematurely from a fear, forever wondering, what if? Now, imagine the opposite. You deliberately delaying every emotionally driven reaction by exactly 24 hours. The rage text stays unsent. The resignation remains undelivered. The temptation is left unanswered. Instead, document the impulse immediately. Observe it, dissect it, but do not act. Allow a clarity to reclaim your mind. After 24 hours, decide on your response from a cold, calculated control. In this delay, you will not lose an intensity, you will master it. An impulse will cease to control you. You will dominate your impulses, becoming unpredictable and terrifyingly strategic. Technique number 6. Right now, an emotional parasite is feeding off of you. Anger, guilt, insecurity, or a validation. Whichever one you indulge in, it weakens your strength, drains your power, and owns you completely. Kill it through a starvation. For 7 days, choose your strongest emotional addiction. Refuse to express it. Deny its demands. Starve its power. Do not rationalize. Observe it as it rises, demanding an attention, and give it none. Document the struggle, the internal voice that is begging you to surrender, and deliberately do the opposite. Within days, the parasite will weaken. By day 7, you will realize it never sustained you. It consumed you. You will regain a power that was stolen long ago, reclaiming your emotional sovereignty. You are no longer feeding your emotions. You are commanding them. This is not a theory. It is a ruthless, immediate application. Each technique will sharpen you, refine your control, and build an unstoppable power. But remember, the same energy that makes you invincible can also make you unrecognizable. The dark side of an inhuman strength. Let's get to the most intriguing part. You say you want a real and a raw strength, but it always costs something, and nobody will warn you until it is too late. You will build an emotional armor that is thick enough to survive anything, but suddenly, it is not a protection anymore. It is a prison. Pain cannot reach you, but neither can a joy, a love, an intimacy, or a genuine connection. Your heart does not break because you have lost the courage to let it feel at all. And here is the uncomfortable truth you need to face right now. Your emotions are not gentle feelings. They are chemical invasions. Anger is not just an anger. It is an adrenaline and a cortisol that are flooding your brain, hijacking your logic, and launching you into reckless battles. Think clearly. It is the impulsive email you fired off in a frustration that cost you your job, the angry text message at midnight that fractured a trust in your relationship forever, or the heated argument with a family member that left scars that have lasted for decades. Fear is not a weakness. It is your limbic system, an ancient survival mechanism that is seizing control and forcing you into panic-driven mistakes. It is the anxiety that convinced you to cancel an opportunity you have always wanted, the nervous hesitation before a critical meeting that turned a confidence into a disaster, or the panicked business move that was made in a desperation that destroyed years of hard work in seconds. And the irony is, your primal brain does not care about your goals or your dreams. It only cares about surviving the next 10 seconds. It will unleash a chemical warfare that is powerful enough to help you outrun ancient predators, but is reckless enough to sabotage your relationships, your career, and your life right now, unless you choose to fight back. But your weapon is a strategic silence. And this is not a meditation. It is not just staying calm. It is a neurological counterattack. Elite hostage negotiators know this tactic intimately. When a chaos erupts, when threats escalate, when a panic tries to hijack their control, they do not argue, they do not shout back, they strategically withdraw into an absolute ruthless silence. But why would they not want to free the hostages? It is because a silence is one of the best tools to disrupt the energy balance. It will immediately stop your emotional enemy cold. It will shift the power from your primitive instincts back to a clear, controlled decision-making. But in your daily life, it would look like this. A client sends a furious email, but now your silence will let them rethink their own anger. Or your partner tries to provoke a fight, but because you refuse the bait, it is making them face their own emotional spiral. Or the co-worker who undermines you publicly, but now your strategic pause will leave them exposed, uncomfortable, and powerless. So understand this clearly. Your silence is not a weakness. It is a dominance. It is a weapon so powerful it will force your emotional opponents and your own emotional impulses to collapse under their own weight. This is the true secret to an unstoppable strength. You are not numbing your emotions. You are strategically controlling them. You are not losing your humanity. You are mastering it. This is how you will become undeniably powerful, moment by moment, decision by decision. In 1993, in Sacramento, a hostage-taker, flooded with adrenaline, expected a confrontation. Instead, the FBI negotiators gave him nothing, no resistance, no confirmation, no fuel. The silence made him doubt himself. The doubt turned into an instability. The instability broke his emotional momentum, and within hours, he surrendered. A silence won a war that words would have lost. And world-class poker champions use the same weapon. When the tension spikes at the table, they do not flinch. They starve their opponents of an emotional feedback. No tells, no energy leaks, until their opponents break themselves from the inside out. And you can build this too. In a real life, it looks like this. The breath you take before you fire off a reckless text, the pause when someone disrespects you and you say nothing, forcing them to drown in their own noise, the look you give in the middle of a conflict, no words, just a weight, making your opponent exhaust their own emotions while you sharpen yours. That is the proof that a strategic silence is not passive. It is an aggressive neurological defense, even used by the biggest opponents. It will destabilize the enemy and will restore your logical clarity without a single wasted word. This is not a suppression. It is truly an energy mastery. It is how you will become untouchable, not because you feel less, but because you command more. When you own the silence, you will own the battlefield. Listen. This is how you will take the control back from your emotional impulses instantly. Every single day, starting now, commit to 30 seconds of a total, ruthless silence. Every time you are emotionally triggered, someone insults you. Silence. Someone dismisses you, disrespects you, provokes you. Stop. Right there. No words, no expression, no immediate reaction, just a silence, counted deliberately for 30 relentless seconds. Watch clearly what happens inside of you. Your limbic system, the primal emotional storm, will rise, will peak, and then will collapse back, powerless. Your prefrontal cortex, your logical brain, will take back the command instantly. A clarity will flood in, a rational thought will reset, a dominance will return. Understand clearly, you are no longer a slave to an impulse. You are the commander of your mind. This is not a mindfulness. It is a mental warfare. A silence is not a retreat. It is a ruthless psychological aggression, reclaiming the territory your emotions once controlled. 30 seconds every day will permanently rewire your brain. You are training yourself to trigger a neurological override, a brutal psychological dominance, transforming an emotional chaos into an absolute control. Start right now. Own the silence. Dominate your emotions. Master your mind. But understand clearly, a strategic silence was just your entry point. Reclaiming your emotional command center was only phase 1. Now, we will step into a deeper territory where your mind does not just survive a chaos, it dictates a reality itself. These are not coping tactics. These are weapons that are used by the elite when a hesitation is not an option and a collapse equals a death. 5 neural hacks, each one built to push you beyond your human limits. Here is the arsenal. Weapon 1, a quantum observation. Quantum physics revealed something wild. Particles stop changing when they are observed. Your brain, the same system. A conscious observation will freeze an escalation. Poker champions use it under $1 million pressure. When a fear spikes, they do not react. They observe it, scan it, and strip it of its momentum. A fear that is caught in an observation will lose its power to mutate. An anxiety that is caught early will die stillborn. From now on, when the surge hits, you will not ride it. You will freeze it. You will scan it cold. You will hold it long enough to kill its momentum, and a command will return. Weapon 2, a dopamine reset. Your brain is addicted to cheap hits, notifications, praises, sugars, and scrollings. Every time you chase one, you will dilute your edge. Elite performers know this. Starve the noise. Reset the wiring. A dopamine fasting is not a deprivation. It is a strategic withdrawal. 24 hours. No hits, no pings, no cheap pleasures. And when the baseline resets, you will reclaim your original weapon, a focus, a depth, and a precision. A distraction will lose its claws, a clarity will sharpen like a blade. Weapon 3, an alpha entrainment. Alpha brainwaves equal a relaxed dominance. It is the state that world champions enter on a purpose. Breathing drills, audio entrainments. They will prime the brain to hit an alpha before a chaos, not after. Stress chemicals will drop, a focus will explode. A performance will become a reflex, not an effort. You are not hoping for a flow anymore. You are engineering it. Weapon 4, a temporal reframing. Your brain sees the future as real as a memory, and surgeons under a fire use it to hack a time itself. Before high-risk operations, they will mentally position a success as already complete. No anxiety, just an execution. From now on, you will not brace for the moment. You will move through it in your mind before it arrives. And when it hits, you will already be operating from a post-victory clarity. The mind will collapse if it feels trapped in the unknown. You will erase the unknown before it can scare you. Weapon 5, a hemispheric switching. Your brain will split under a pressure. The right hemisphere, a chaos, an emotion, a chemical noise. The left hemisphere, a logic, a control, a clarity. Under a fire, fighter pilots do not argue with a panic. They switch the hemispheres. A fast, simple math. A quick analytical recall. Anything to shove the mind back into a tactical mode. You can do it too. When the surge rises, you will snap to the left. You will force a logic to retake the cockpit before an emotion can crash the system. You now hold 5 neurological weapons. A quantum observation to freeze a fear. A dopamine reset to sharpen a control. An alpha entrainment to master a flow. A temporal reframing to erase a panic before it starts. And a hemispheric switching to command a clarity in the middle of a storm. This is not a mindfulness, it is a neurological warfare. This is not a coping, it is a combat engineering for your mind. A silence is now your baseline, a focus is your kill switch, and a hesitation, it is extinct. You will not just survive the battlefield anymore, you will become it. Now, visualize this intensely. Every single time you tell yourself, I'm powerful, unstoppable, and clear, you are literally rewiring your neurons to produce a strength. Your brain does not distinguish between an imagination and a reality. It responds to your commands with an absolute obedience. Every elite athlete, every elite performer understands this neurological secret instinctively. When Muhammad Ali shouted, "I am the greatest," it was not an ego. It was a neuroscience. He was programming his biochemistry for an absolute dominance. His identity was not a concept. It was a biochemical command. And that is your new task. No, it is your absolute obligation. From this moment forward, your identity must become your greatest weapon. Your brain is wired to respond to your strongest narrative. What is yours going to be? Right now, ask yourself, who have I allowed myself to be? And then brutally demand, who must I become? Answer with an absolute clarity because your brain is listening, taking notes, and waiting to unleash either an unstoppable power or a crushing weakness. Quantum energy mastery. Dominate your reality. Now, let's get brutally real. I am about to tell you something so powerful, so undeniable, it can either make you unstoppable or it can shatter every comfortable lie you have been holding on to. Here is the ruthless truth. Your life is not happening to you. It is responding to you. Every thought, every emotion, every impulse you have is not just an internal noise. It is a quantum command that is shaping a reality at the deepest level. Quantum physics is not some mystical theory. It is a scientific law that has been proven by researchers like David Bohm, who uncovered the truth that everything is connected in an unbreakable energetic web called the implicate order. But let's simplify this clearly and vividly. Imagine your life as a movie projector. Most people think the screen, the reality, is where a life happens. Wrong. The projector, your mind and your emotions, decides exactly what will show up on that screen. Your fears, your doubts, your beliefs. They are not passive thoughts. They are powerful quantum signals that are shaping every single detail you see. Now, ask yourself brutally and honestly, what movie have I been projecting? A power or a weakness? A certainty or a confusion? Because make no mistake, a reality does not judge. It just reflects back whatever quantum signal you send. Your bank account, your relationships, your health, your entire life right now, it is all responding to your quantum broadcast. Elite performers, world-class leaders, and billionaires know this instinctively. They will walk into any room, not hoping that a reality will align with them, but knowing it has no other choice. Their confidence is not an arrogance. It is a ruthless quantum clarity. Their certainty is not a luck, it is a precise quantum engineering. They will command the quantum field, and the universe will align instantly. Let's get ruthlessly practical. Here is exactly how you can start to command your quantum reality right now. Step 1. A ruthless quantum clarity. Forget a hoping. Clearly, vividly decide right now exactly what you are commanding from a reality. A precision matters. Vague intentions will create vague outcomes. See your future clearly. Feel it deeply. Know exactly what you demand from the quantum field without a hesitation. Step 2. An unstoppable emotional certainty. An emotion is not a weakness. It is a raw quantum fuel. Joe Dispenza calls this creating a coherent emotional signature. Feel an absolute certainty that is flooding your entire body, a confidence, a power, a clarity, until it saturates your every cell. Your energy is not asking, it is demanding. It is not wondering, it is commanding. A reality will feel this and will immediately respond. Step 3. A decisive quantum command. Now, unleash this coherent quantum force into the universe intentionally. Picture your energy field that is expanding outward. Your power is slicing through a doubt, through an uncertainty, and is reshaping your world. You are not hoping that a reality will shift. You are forcing a reality to comply. This is not a manifestation. It is a ruthless quantum domination. A reality will not negotiate. It will respond to your intensity, your certainty, and your emotional command. If you broadcast a weakness, you will get a weakness. But when you broadcast a ruthless clarity, a reality will instantly rearrange itself to match your frequency. Understand this clearly and permanently. You are not at the mercy of external events. You are the creator, the conductor, the absolute ruler of your quantum field. The question is not whether you are shaping a reality. You already are. The question is, are you doing it consciously and powerfully, or are you doing it unconsciously and chaotically? Your entire life has brought you here, to this exact moment of a ruthless clarity. Are you finally ready to stop settling and to start commanding? Right now, decide. No hesitation, no doubt, just a raw, relentless commitment. A quantum mastery is not gentle. It is a ruthless, uncompromising dominance over your life. A reality awaits your command. But here is a fact that is rarely spoken clearly. The greatest threats to your success are not external. They are internal, hiding deep inside of your subconscious mind. Beneath your conscious awareness lies a powerful network of hidden emotional patterns, silently influencing every decision you make, every opportunity you pursue or avoid, and ultimately, every result you achieve. These subconscious scripts will operate behind the scenes like a neurological malware, quietly sabotaging your progress before you even notice it is happening. Have you ever wondered why elite athletes at the peak of their training sometimes inexplicably choke during their most crucial competitions? Or why highly talented entrepreneurs repeatedly fail just inches before their big breakthrough? It is not a coincidence. It is a subconscious sabotage. Deep within their neural networks, an invisible script will run relentlessly, usually planted in a childhood or a past trauma, telling them they do not deserve a success, that a failure is inevitable, or that a winning is somehow unsafe. Consider the heavyweight boxing legend Mike Tyson, who was famously unbeatable in his prime, yet was equally notorious for his self-destructive impulses outside of the ring. Despite his incredible discipline and talent, Tyson repeatedly sabotaged himself financially, professionally, and personally. His subconscious carried destructive narratives from a childhood trauma, an abandonment, and an emotional pain. No amount of a discipline could override those hidden scripts until he confronted them directly. The most powerful fighter on earth was rendered powerless by a subconscious sabotage. Neuroscience shows that our brains are not neutral observers of a reality. Instead, your subconscious mind will actively scan your environment to confirm your existing beliefs, even the destructive ones. If you subconsciously believe you are undeserving of a happiness or a success, your brain will literally filter a reality to confirm that narrative. You will become neurologically blind to opportunities, dismissive of supportive relationships, and magnetically attracted to people and situations that will confirm your subconscious fears. Your mind is not working against you. It is working for the hidden beliefs you have unknowingly internalized. Ancient spiritual traditions have long recognized this dangerous psychological truth. Tibetan Buddhist monks developed advanced meditation techniques specifically to expose and dismantle subconscious emotional patterns. They will teach practitioners to journey deeply into their unconscious through a visualization, dreams, and contemplative states, directly confronting buried emotional scripts, fears, and an unresolved trauma. Likewise, shamans across indigenous cultures use rituals, an energy healing, and a shadow work to reveal a hidden subconscious sabotage, dissolving neurological and energetic blocks that are holding back a personal growth. You must do the same. Your first step is an awareness. Deliberately examine your patterns, your recurring fears, your repeated relationship breakdowns, your inexplicable financial ceilings, your persistent self-doubt in critical moments. These are not random events. They are subconscious narratives. Write them down. Study them. Expose them. Next, ask yourself directly, what hidden belief is this situation confirming? Is it a fear of an abandonment, a belief that a success invites a betrayal, or a subconscious feeling of an unworthiness? Once it is identified, your second step is a direct confrontation through a mental visualization, an emotional reframing, or an energetic release. Actively rewrite the subconscious script. If your hidden belief says, "I am unworthy," you will neurologically embed a new belief. I am deeply worthy, and a success belongs to me. This is not a positive thinking. It is a deep neurological reprogramming. Ancient masters knew it. Psychologists confirm it, and a neuroscience supports it. This reprogramming will permanently alter your neural pathways. Your subconscious mind does not have to remain your hidden enemy. Instead, it can become your strongest ally once you consciously reclaim it. Identify your hidden sabotage. Rewrite your subconscious script. Stop silently defeating yourself. Take a control of your deepest neural networks, and you will take a control of your destiny itself. A discipline will fail you. A motivation will fade. Even the strongest willpower will eventually fracture under a relentless pressure. If you want a genuine, permanent transformation, if you want a lasting power that will not fade under a stress, you must rewrite your neurological identity itself. A true transformation is not about temporary mental hacks or momentary emotional boosts. It is about fundamentally rewiring the subconscious framework that defines who you believe you are. Here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody will tell you. The human mind will always act consistently with its deepest subconscious beliefs about an identity. If deep down you still see yourself as weak, undeserving, or uncertain, then every attempt at an improvement is a temporary illusion. Eventually, your actions will snap back to match your inner neurological blueprint. Athletes who temporarily master a discipline will inevitably revert to their old habits unless their subconscious identity changes permanently. Entrepreneurs who briefly conquer a procrastination will soon fall back unless their self-image is neurologically upgraded at a foundational level. But here is the groundbreaking neurological fact. Your subconscious identity is not permanent. It can, and it must be, deliberately reconstructed at the neural level. The US military's elite Special Operations Forces, for example, understand this deeply. Their infamous training programs are not just physical tests. They are carefully designed neurological reprogramming processes. Trainees are pushed to their limits precisely because that is where their subconscious identities break down and can be neurologically rebuilt through a repetition, an intensity, a visualization, and a forced adaptation under an extreme pressure. Recruits will not merely build new habits, they will build entirely new identities at the neurological level, permanently embedding a courage, a decisiveness, and a resilience into their subconscious minds. Olympic athletes follow a similar blueprint. They use relentless visualization and affirmation rituals, vividly imagining themselves already standing at the top of the podium long before the competition. This repeated mental rehearsal will neurologically shift their subconscious identity from a hopeful competitor to a proven champion. When the race finally begins, their brains will operate automatically, in a perfect alignment with the neurologically embedded identity of a winner. It is not a discipline or an effort in that moment. It is a subconscious identity that is expressing itself effortlessly in a real time. This same neurological identity reconstruction is at the heart of ancient spiritual and energetic traditions. Shamans in indigenous cultures will perform deep transformational rituals, vision quests, ceremonial rites, and intense initiation practices to literally break down old subconscious identities and energetically construct new, empowered selves. Tibetan monks will spend years chanting powerful mantras and visualizing enlightened states, permanently wiring a compassion and a clarity into their subconscious identities. Yogic masters will intentionally use deep meditative states to neurologically reconstruct their sense of self, permanently embedding states of a fearlessness, a clarity, and an inner peace into their core neural wiring. Here is your path forward. Clearly define the new identity you must embody. An identity of a strength, a resilience, a decisiveness, an emotional mastery, and an absolute confidence. Then, actively embed this new identity daily through deliberate neurological practices like a visualization, affirmations during an emotional intensity, deep meditative states, or energetic rituals like a breathwork and focused energy channeling exercises. This is not a self-improvement, it is a self-reconstruction. You are neurologically and energetically rewiring the deepest parts of your mind, permanently replacing old subconscious identities with new, unstoppable ones. Soon, a strength will not be something you occasionally achieve. It will become who you fundamentally are. Because a discipline will break, a motivation will fade, but a subconscious identity will last forever. Rewrite your identity. Rewire your subconscious. Reclaim your neurological power. You have mastered a neurological dominance. You have reshaped your subconscious identity, but a true mastery, the type that is rarely spoken about openly, is in controlling the subtle energy field that surrounds your body at all times. Beyond a psychology, beyond a neuroscience, lies an invisible quantum field of an energy that silently governs every human interaction, decision, and experience you will ever encounter. Master this quantum energetic field. And you will not just influence your own mind, you will effortlessly shape a reality around you. Quantum physics confirms something that ancient spiritual traditions have known for millennia. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions will radiate outward, subtly yet powerfully influencing everything and everyone around you. This is not a mysticism, it is a measurable scientific reality. At Princeton University's PEAR lab, scientists proved repeatedly that a human consciousness can directly influence random physical events, demonstrating clearly the subtle yet powerful impact your quantum energetic field has on your surroundings. Elite influencers have long mastered this quantum principle. Charismatic leaders will effortlessly command entire rooms, not merely through a speech or gestures, but by silently aligning their internal emotional state, their intention, and their energetic resonance. In martial arts traditions, true masters will not rely primarily on a physical force. They will rely on a quantum energetic dominance. Ancient Japanese samurai trained intensely, not just physically but energetically, developing a powerful field known as ki, an energy that radiates from their bodies. Historical accounts describe warriors who are capable of neutralizing their opponents without a physical contact. Their mere presence caused an uncertainty, a hesitation, and a surrender. Modern martial arts masters still cultivate this subtle quantum energy dominance, silently unsettling their opponents through a deliberate energetic projection alone. Spiritual healers across diverse traditions have also harnessed this quantum principle. Reiki masters will utilize an energy that is intentionally projected from their hands and their bodies, influencing the subtle energetic field around another person, instantly calming an anxiety, neutralizing a fear, or restoring an emotional balance. Studies from institutions like the HeartMath Institute scientifically confirm that coherent heart-brain states, a deep emotional and an energetic alignment, will measurably influence not only one's own physiology, but also the energetic coherence of others who are nearby. You can master this quantum energetic dominance yourself. First, cultivate a deep internal coherence, aligning your emotions, your intentions, and your thoughts into a single, powerful internal resonance. A daily meditation, a breathwork, or a visualization will quickly strengthen your personal energetic field. Next, consciously project this coherent energy outward, entering meetings, negotiations, or even personal interactions, fully aware that your quantum field will silently influence the emotional and the psychological states of others. Visualize your energy field that is expanding, filling rooms with a clarity, a calmness, a confidence, or an authority. Practice energetic boundaries. Deliberately deflect negative emotional states or intentions that are projected towards you, strengthening your subtle quantum shield. Gradually, you will notice interactions that are shifting effortlessly in your favor, rooms that are falling silent upon your arrival, and decisions that are subtly aligning with your intentions. Not by a force, but by an energetic resonance alone. This is not a manipulation. It is a mastery. You are now consciously controlling the invisible quantum force that is underlying every human interaction. Your emotional state will become your strongest weapon. Your coherent intention will become your unspoken command. You will no longer react to a reality. You will silently, effortlessly shape it. From a neurological control to a subconscious mastery, you have reached the final level, a quantum energetic dominance. Now, a reality will respond directly to you. Now, you have reached the pinnacle. A neurological dominance, a subconscious reconstruction, and a quantum energetic mastery. You have learned the secrets that are reserved for the world's elite. How to rewire your neural pathways at the brink of a collapse. How to break a subconscious sabotage. And how to silently command the quantum energetic fields that are shaping a reality itself. You are no longer a passive player. You are the creator, the architect. But here lies the final test. Integrating this immense power without being consumed by it. This is the moment that great warriors, powerful leaders, and spiritual masters have historically faced and have often failed. Alexander the Great conquered the known world, but was ultimately conquered by his own uncontrollable impulse. High-powered corporate leaders dominate industries, yet destroy their personal lives through an emotional numbness and a ruthless isolation. Spiritual leaders accumulate an extraordinary energetic influence only to collapse morally or emotionally under the very power they once commanded. The danger is not merely external. It is neurological and it is energetic. A neuroscience confirms that an excessive psychological dominance will alter your brain permanently. Empathy circuits will shrink, connection pathways will erode, and you will become neurologically incapable of an authentic emotional intimacy. Your energetic field, if it is consistently held in a rigid and an overpowering way, will become impenetrable, not only blocking a negativity but unintentionally shutting out a compassion, a joy, and a genuine human connection. Eventually, an unchecked power will isolate you emotionally, spiritually, and energetically, leaving you unfeeling, numb, and utterly alone. Consider the leaders who embodied a lasting power without becoming corrupted by it. Nelson Mandela, who wielded an immense emotional strength yet retained a profound empathy and a vulnerability. Whether you love him or you hate him, Mandela did not simply dominate. He integrated his immense inner strength with a compassion, an authenticity, and an emotional openness. This was not a weakness. It was an integration, the highest form of a power. He maintained a neurological dominance and an energetic coherence without sacrificing his humanity. He embodied a mastery without becoming a victim to his own strength. Here is how you will integrate your power fully. Consciously balance a neurological dominance with deliberate acts of an emotional openness and a vulnerability. Master your subconscious mind while you regularly perform energetic practices that will promote a genuine connection, an emotional expression, and an empathetic resonance. Regularly pause to examine your motivations. Are you acting from a clarity or a control, from a confidence or an isolation, from an authenticity or an emotional suppression? Daily practices, a journaling, a mindfulness, and an authentic communication will ensure you never lose a touch with your core humanity, no matter how powerful you become. Regular, energetic practices, a heart-centered meditation, a conscious vulnerability, and a deliberate energetic openness will maintain balanced energetic fields, allowing a strength and an empathy to coexist harmoniously. You have mastered a neurological control, a subconscious rewiring, and a quantum energetic dominance. Now, integrate these powers deliberately, intentionally, and consciously. A mastery does not mean an emotional isolation. It means an emotional control that is coupled with a profound empathy. It does not mean a power without a compassion. It means an absolute power that is expressed through a compassion. An integration is your final mastery. Be powerful yet compassionate. Be dominant yet authentic. Lead with a ruthless clarity without losing your humanity. This is your ultimate test and your highest achievement. Not just in controlling a power, but in mastering the balance between wielding it and embodying it fully. You now stand at a crossroads that only a rare few ever reach. The point at which your psychological mastery, your neurological dominance, your subconscious reconstruction, and your quantum energetic control will merge into something extraordinary, a permanent evolutionary shift. From this moment forward, you are no longer a product of your past conditioning, nor a victim of external circumstances. You have become the exception, the anomaly that exists beyond a human limitation. Your power is no longer defined merely by what you can control, dominate, or influence. It is defined by your absolute alignment with a deeper, higher purpose. But understand clearly, the path ahead is not simply about maintaining this immense strength. It is about constantly evolving it. A true mastery is never stagnant. It is a constant neurological, psychological, and energetic evolution. Every new moment will bring a fresh opportunity to rewrite who you are, to redefine how you show up, and to deepen the imprint you leave on the world. Elite performers who maintain a greatness long-term understand this truth. Michael Jordan at his peak did not merely rely on his past success. He constantly evolved his game, his mindset, and his neurological conditioning, always seeking a higher level of a challenge, an intensity, and a personal growth. Leonardo da Vinci never rested on his genius. He relentlessly pursued new knowledge, new skills, and a deeper understanding, constantly reshaping his neurological and his energetic identity. They understood clearly that a mastery is not an achievement, it is a state of a perpetual growth and a neurological evolution. Spiritual masters across traditions affirm this reality. Buddhist monks will spend decades not merely mastering a meditation but evolving it, constantly challenging their neurological pathways and always discovering deeper states of an awareness, an energetic coherence, and a spiritual awakening. Shamans in indigenous cultures do not merely master energetic rituals once. They continuously evolve their connection with a universal energy, deepening their influence, their clarity, and their healing capabilities throughout their lifetimes. You must embody the same relentless evolutionary drive. Neurologically, it means continuously pushing beyond your comfort zones, deliberately seeking a new psychological growth, intentionally rewiring your subconscious identities, and constantly refining your quantum energetic presence. It means never settling into a stagnant power, but actively evolving it. Constantly question yourself, where is my next level? Where can I further sharpen my neurological clarity? Where can I deepen my emotional intelligence and my energetic resonance? This final evolution is not about who you have become. It is about who you will continuously choose to be next. It is a lifelong neurological and energetic practice, a permanent shift into a state of a perpetual growth, a curiosity, and a limitless evolution. You will no longer see a power as a destination. It is now an infinite journey of a deeper self-awareness, a neurological excellence, and a quantum energetic mastery. Your legacy will not be defined by your past achievements, but by your perpetual neurological growth. Your influence will not be limited to your current energetic state, but will be amplified through your constant refinement of it. This is not merely a mastery. It is an evolutionary mastery, the constant neurological and energetic upgrade of your very existence. Become this final evolution now, live it daily, embody it permanently. You are the exception, the rare few who never stop evolving, never stop growing, never stop mastering. Your evolution will begin today, and it will never end. If you are ready to fully step into your new power, to dominate your mind, to rewire your subconscious, and to master your energetic field, then subscribe right now. Do not miss the advanced insights we are sharing next. Check out one of the powerful playlists on this channel to deepen your understanding and to continue your evolution. Each video is specifically designed to sharpen your neurological and your energetic mastery. And if you want exclusive tools, groundbreaking techniques, and powerful insights that are delivered straight to your inbox, join our free newsletter today. You will receive regular updates, cutting-edge techniques, and an insider knowledge that is reserved only for our subscribers. Finally, if you have truly claimed your strength today, comment below, "I'm stronger than ever." Let the world and your subconscious hear your declaration loud and clear. If this video resonated with you, let us know by commenting, "I understood it."